Hi, I'm Richard Randall, and welcome to Your Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker, the owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. This is the weekly radio show that informs and educates you on how to buy or sell real estate with Colorado's Real Estate Authority, Barb Schlinker. Barb Schlinker is a retired Navy veteran. Barb is an author. Barb Schlinker is a pilot, and Barb and her team enjoy all that Colorado and the Front Range have got to offer. Barb, always great to be talking with you. Now, we air Your Real Estate Voice every Saturday. If you can't listen to the entire show, it is always available on Barb's site, barbhasthebuyers.com, or just search for Barb. You'll find her on all of the popular podcast platforms like iHeartRadio. So, Barb, what's in store for today?
Well, good morning, Richard. I'm excited about today's show, as always. The first topic is about what buyers and sellers should do when the prices start dropping. And I hate to report this, but they are dropping. I was really surprised when I looked at the stats yesterday morning to find out that the average sales price as compared to a year ago has dropped about 4%. Inventory's rising and there's not as many sales going on. So what happens in this market? The good news for buyers is that they might have a little bit of negotiating room. However, you can't push it too far. You can't just make stupid lowball offers and think that they'll take it or even respond. And then the other, on the seller side, there is a way to approach the market in that scenario. A, be the best home on the block, or B, or both, be the best priced home on the block. So we'll kind of deep dive into that and we'll talk about that. The next topic is how do homeowners that are thinking of buying their next home, whether it be luxury, a move up or move down home, what do they do if they have a home to sell right now? We have some great solutions for homeowners that can make that transition as stress-free as possible. And I think you'll enjoy that. The third topic is about negotiations. So we've talked about this, Richard, how, in your background as a lawyer, there wasn't any training on negotiation, but that's mostly what you did, correct?
Oh, absolutely. It's almost all negotiating. Out of 10 cases, 9 of them settle, only one goes to trial. So in those 9 cases that settle, you have to be able to negotiate, but they don't teach you that in law school.
Yeah, well, they don't teach you that in real estate either, but the public thinks that they do. So a lot of people really don't know how to do it. And we're going to talk about some tips that you can take away where you'll learn how to negotiate a deal without being fearful, because people don't do this every day. We go to the store, there's the price, we pay it, right? There's not much negotiations going on. So we'll kick that around. And then the last topic is how to sell your home without showing nightmares. You wouldn't believe how many complaints I get from my own clients about the activities that take place in their home during showing. So I'm going to talk about some of these things just so you're aware of it, just so you're not shocked when it happens. And as always, we're going to talk about our hot new listings. Richard?
So, Barb, in this market, the real estate market seems to be constantly changing. How should home buyers and sellers prepare when the average home prices start to drop?
Well, actually, I think we're seeing a price drop. At least that's what the statistics are saying on the average, but there's always an exception to it. If a home is in pristine condition and priced realistically, that one's going to sell for a premium. New construction, the price is the price. Now, what they may do is throw in incentives to get you to buy their homes, like pay your closing cost or something like that. And they typically do, or give you free upgrades. I'm sure they built that into the price, but there are different ways that they approach pricing that are really not the same as the retail market that we see for selling existing homes. Now, right now, we're seeing that the inventory has gone up a little bit as compared to a year ago, and the number of sales has dropped a little bit. So what does that mean? That means that when you do put your home on the market, it's always good to be priced right. Interest rates are really boring for the whole year. they'll momentarily drop conventional just below 6, and then they go back up to 6.25. The government loans are about 5.75 at the moment. I actually hope to see the interest rates come down when we change feds. I think that could easily happen in the summer. And already we're sensing that a lot of these buyers that have been sitting on the sidelines are coming out, and they're ready to buy homes. Plus, in the springtime, this is prime season to sell, because right here around the El Paso County area, there's 5 different military bases. A lot of folks are getting their transfer orders into this area at this time, and they're starting to look now, but they want to move in the summer. So it's a great time to be on the market right now. Now, as you look at what the market's doing in general, a seller's market is when the seller has the advantage. A buyer's market is when the buyer, or a balanced market, when the buyer has more of an advantage. Now, most real estate agents think that we're in a buyer's market. So they ask for the moon. They come in and they make low offers. They ask for concessions, and they want their full commission at the same time, and they're expecting to get it, but they may not actually. And all the homes that are priced right move very quickly. So it's all about pricing. Neither market is bad. In every market, you're going to see good activity. If you look at the average price and median sales price just in the past year, you'll see that it's trended down just a little bit, but the sky is not falling. It's nothing like Florida where they're seeing 10-15% drop in values. Not at all. It's just a few percentage points. And I think as the rates come down, we're going to see the prices head back up. So first and foremost, the way you deal with a declining market is sell it, what I call, at a number that's very realistic. It's kind of interesting when I've been out showing property as well as working with sellers, and typically the buyer doesn't think it's worth that much. And a lot of times the sellers are sitting on their price, assuming it's worth that much. But at the end of the day, it could change if they get motivated and say, all right, what is that number where it's going to take for me to get this thing sold? In a declining market, overpriced homes tend to sit on the market too long. And according to the National Association of Realtors, if you slowly walk the price down, you're going to net less money than coming out of the market onto the market at the most realistic price out of the gate. That's the best way to handle it. The second most important factor, of course, is really take a look at the market and see what's going on to figure out where you're going to position the home. I did this with a home seller yesterday. We looked at historic sales in which the prices were higher, and it was a different number than what we saw as current competition. We could not reconcile the difference in price other than the prices had dropped. And so we came up with a price that we thought would be very realistic and allow the home to sell quickly rather than sit on the market for a long time. Now, repairs and getting the house ready to sell is very important. And that's one of the things that we help our clients do. It's number one question: what should we do to get our house ready for sale? Should we replace the carpet? Should we paint? Should we update the appliances? The one I was in yesterday had a little bit of dramatic paint that had to be handled, and the carpet was very worn. Buyers are going to turn their nose up at, especially at carpet, but even dramatic paint could cause them to not even come see the house. So those things are really, really important. Another option might be that, okay, you don't fix anything and you just price it aggressively. And that works as well. I have lots of listings that are like that, where they priced it very realistically. And sometimes those homes end up with a bidding war. My name is Barb Schlinker. I'm the broker owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty and the host of this show, Your Real Estate Voice. And we're talking about how do you deal with a market as a buyer and a seller when the prices are dropping. And when we come back, we're going to touch on a few more tips on how you can position your home to win in any kind of market. Richard?
Schlinker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, and you can reach Barb at 719-301-3900. So Barb, how do home buyers get prepared so that they don't miss out on their favorite home?
Well, Richard, I think it's kind of fun to see what buyers do. I mean, when they have decided that they're going to move, their first response is to start looking at homes and start falling in love with homes and going inside homes and selecting their best home. But if they're not financially ready, they can't make that move. And so most people really won't sell their home without a destination in mind. So I get why they're looking up front. However, the financial preparation is, even though it's boring, it's absolutely critical. It gives you complete confidence that you can move to your next home without having to worry about, oh, I hope I qualify for this loan, or I hope I can make that transition from house to house. We have lots and lots of solutions for our clients that we offer all the time. And just give you an example of a client that I helped last weekend. We put their house on the market, had a huge crowd at the first showing at the open house. And this home was priced a little bit less than the competition. And as a result, over the weekend, we got 2 offers. So homes that are priced right, even in a declining market, are gonna sell fast because the buyers can detect a good buy no matter what's going on in the market. It really doesn't matter what the market is doing. So if you are thinking of making a move and you want to make that transition from house to house, that's what we help people do. Give us a call at 719-301-3900 or visit barbhasthebuyers.com. Richard.
You're listening to Barb Schlinker. The program is Your Real Estate Voice. Barb is the owner-broker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, and you can reach her at 719-301-3900. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll be discussing how homeowners are buying their next luxury home before selling their current one. Stay tuned for that.